Your things.
Well, my video won't start. Hey, there I am.
I was wondering where you were.
I think it's because of the two cameras. It's being a total turd. So, oh,
Oh my God. Hi, we made it work. Oh my God, it works.
well, look at the difference between your sedate surroundings and mine.
Yeah, that's just gonna be the way that it is. I will say, I think a little bit though, for me, at least I don't look white as a ghost.
This is true. I've got some weird lighting in here. There's some bizarre track lighting. There's this monstrosity of a lamp.
And it's funny because that background is really super hot pink, but it's not picking up.
Yeah, it is definitely. This is like a very this color right here is a very orangey coral, and then this lynx is hot, hot pink. Yeah, it's not doing it justice.
Well,
Yes, this is the kitchen wallpaper in the Airbnb where we are staying.
it is some kitchen wallpaper, let me tell you.
Luckily, it is just an accent wall. It is not the entire room. But yeah, it's something else. I like it. I think it's very cool. I don't know about kitchen wallpaper, but it's very
We're
cool.
gonna have to like insert like a photo of what it really looks
Yeah.
like on social media because it is not doing justice right now. It is so.
Yeah, I posted a little clip of just the cat, just
Mhm.
the links. But yeah, the full blown thing, we definitely need to post a picture of it because it's interesting. And the refrigerator,
Yeah.
what
Hi,
they've done with the
Tish.
refrigerator.
Well, I have a couple of photos
Yeah.
because that I just wanted to look at really quickly because if anyone paid attention to oh my God, I've got too much going on here. If anyone paid attention to my thumbnail tonight, I mentioned that there's like updates and shenanigans and the murder house.
Murder House.
So yeah, we need to talk about Murder House. So we had our friend Anne Hermes stay with us for a couple of days
Hey.
while we went to a couple of museums and we looked at some exhibits and we went to a quilt turning and ate really, really good food.
Yes.
Y'all,
Tacos and grilled cheeses and oh gosh, what
yeah,
was last night? I'm
if you've never had a grilled cheese with eggs, like scrambled eggs or over medium eggs, and like
nom, 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 nom.
bacon jam that's loaded with bacon, it's spiritual. It was
Yeah.
it was so amazing. I have a picture of it, but not at this moment. Um,
Yeah, I could eat bacon, jam, grilled cheese every day, every meal
it was
for the
so
rest of my life. It's so
yeah.
delicious.
Even to the point where Anne was like, okay, well, I'm never eating anywhere else ever again. I'm just driving over here every day to have this.
Yeah,
Um,
she said that was the best breakfast sandwich I've ever had, and I will never eat another one unless
yep.
it's this.
Oh my God, it was so very good. Other than that, Stephanie and I have been busy today doing some experiments on removing printing from sacks.
Yep.
Um,
Feed sacks and
yeah,
flour sacks. I guess all of ours are flour sacks.
are they? I wasn't paying attention.
I think they're all flour sacks. Yep.
It has been interesting. I do have just like a little teaser. Uh, Things have not gone the way that we thought that they would,
Oh.
and the things we thought would work maybe didn't, and some things that we were like, that's not going to do anything, did things. So
Mm-hmm.
we have things to talk about there. And then so we get to this house that is on a very, very steep driveway. Like so steep, like your car is going to roll backwards if you take your foot off the brake. And it's also two houses. So there's one closer to street level, and then you got to go steep up, and then we're in the back. Um, it looks not great on the outside. Like it's not like really inviting. It
Cute little place. I
Yeah,
mean,
but I mean like
it's
it's not like super quaint looking. It's really cute on
yeah, it's
uh
yeah. I thought it was kind of cute. I mean, I think it's cute. Just like imagine take a little house and just plug it into the side of a mountain.
I mean, I suppose, but the inside, right? We've got 3 bedrooms, and Stephanie and I got here first. So we chose our bedrooms first, and Anne got the last bedroom, which was fine because she was only staying for half the time. So she also gets the smallest bedroom. And we didn't like open every door and everything ahead of time, but she was joking because she'd never stayed in an Airbnb that she's going to like the murder house. And we started to feel a little more and more like it was the murder house. Because she was like, "Oh, I looked around in my room and is that coming through?"
Hmm. Yep.
She was like, "Oh, so like at the end of my bed, I thought there was a second closet." I'm like, "Oh, that's nice." It's the basement. So I was like, "Oh." And she just kind of told us like, and notice the door does not lock from the inside. So that door can just open.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, "Well, that's terrifying." And I didn't know when she told it to us, like we didn't go look. Stephanie and I looked after she had left. We thought maybe the door was somewhere else. I didn't know it was at the end of her bed.
Uh-huh.
And like, that's just a creepy looking basement.
Hmm.
So yeah, I was just like, I wouldn't sleep. I wouldn't sleep if that, nope, not right at the end of my bed. No, nowhere, no how. I would have crawled into bed with Stephanie and just move over. I'm not sleeping in that room. Someone's gonna
Yeah.
take me down the basement stairs.
I would wake up in the middle of the night and find you like clutching me, going, "There's a murder dungeon in my
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, so that's
bedroom." Did you take any pictures down there? Because
no.
this looks ominous. It's really not that ominous once you get down there.
Okay,
It's you turn the lights on, it's not
thanks for
terrible.
ruining all the murder. Because that's what we were joking about is like, oh my God, someone's gonna come and kill us. And like going outside at night, it's really, really, really dark. And
Yes. That
last night,
I'm
Steph's like, "I'm
yeah.
gonna run to my car." And she comes back in and she's like, "It's really, really dark out there." I'm like, "Do you want me to come?" And she's like, "Kinda."
Not
It's
kinda.
very dark.
Yes. Yes. Come with me.
Well, and if you're not gonna get murdered by like an axe murderer, you might fall down the driveway and die. So,
That
all right.
also is entirely possible. This is a very interesting place we have stayed. No
Mm-hmm.
complaints though, other than the scary dungeon.
Yeah. And then just as a little teaser, because I have 7,000 videos and pictures now, but here's a little video. I don't know off the top of my head which method this is working with, but scrubbing away, trying to remove some stuff.
Yeah.
It's been
That might
interesting.
Yeah, that might be lard. That might be the lard one.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, it might be. It very well might be. Um, so and then just before Steph does stuff. Oh, Tish, the reason we were moving the printing is I don't know if you remember, but we had talked about doing some experimental archaeology and using historic recipes for
Mhm.
removing the printing off feed sacks that people were using, in their quilts and things like that. And I also don't know how old the house is. That's not, it's definitely older. They've done like, IKEA type updating to it. It has
Mhm.
oil heat. So,
I I think it could be as old as like maybe the late 20s, but it's probably like a post-war house. It's like a little kind of cottagey place with like I guess it's kind of a stucco exterior.
mhm,
Um,
yeah.
yeah.
And then just a couple other little things. We have done some shopping as well. This won't be like a full like unboxing or anything, but I got so lucky. And when we were out shopping, I found a patchwork pillowcase.
A patchwork pillowcase from Pennsylvania.
Yep. And we were with Anne at the time. And I took this over to her and I'm like, "Is this legit? Is this like a repro?" Because Anne has made some that some like is reproductions that some people have mistaken as the real thing. And I'll get good pictures and stuff. The lighting in here is not fantastic and everything, but I just couldn't wait to show you. And this is one of those long ones. Um, and she was like, "Yep, this looks good." And I got such a deal on it. It was really exciting. And then the other thing I got that I just wanted to show is one of the exhibits we went to was the Westchester Historical
It's
Society or
it's
Chester County.
the Chester County Historical. I don't think it's society historical. It's a historical society, but I think their title is something a little bit different.
Yeah, we went there to see an exhibit of signature quilts, but they had this book in the gift shop called Layers, Unfolding the Stories of Chester County Quilts. That is a very nice book. It's got like really great, you know, photos and stuff in it. So, and
Yeah.
it was on sale if you buy it there. I don't know if it was, if maybe you bought it online. I haven't looked yet, but it's a nice little book. Just an FYI.
hmm And the Chester County Historical, they had some cool stuff. They
They
really, I mean,
really,
the quilt show is what we went for, the exhibit. And it was a very nice quilt exhibit. The quilts were lovely, but I feel like we were kind of enticed by some of their permanent collection and their storage. And
mm-hmm,
they have an interesting situation that there where you can look at stuff that's in storage. So we'll have to share that at another time.
mm-hmm. Well, let's get to the meat of our set
Okay.
tonight. I don't know if anyone remembers, but we had mentioned that during the AQSG seminar live auction that I had won a quilt, and I had also won this lot called Box Under the Bed. And I have been good and I have not looked in it. Even when I bought it, I did not look at it. Stephanie has not looked in it, although she told me today that it's all me because if she had it in her possession, she would have looked in it. Uh-oh, are you finding a corpse?
I don't know. I'm just finding, I just cracked it open and was like, what on earth is that? I guess we're gonna find out.
Yeah, so we're unboxing it here with you. This is the first any of us have looked at it. Stephanie dragged her equipment all the way from her house here so that we could look at it with an additional
Yeah.
camera.
And my hair, I washed my hair and it's not behaving. Is it ever? Is it ever? Okay. So I have to switch my camera and it's gonna be weird for a second because I'm gonna freeze. Let me find my mouse. There it is.
You're taking a photo like it's your DMV license photo.
Well, I just tried to make a neutral face because it takes a second. There we go.
Mhm.
All right. So go.
And that's a fabric covered box too.
Yeah, it's a yeah. I mean, it's old, but it's pretty.
Hmm.
So these are the contents, and it's kind of it's a thin little box, but there's a lot of stuff in here. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the lid kind of as sort of the okay. So first of all, what we have in here is the information about this. And it says it's Box Under the Bed, number one, purchased in Greenville, New York in 1997 at an antique store. And so this concept of box under the bed, do you have a way of explaining it? I guess basically what I've heard about it is, it's like the little clippings and all the things that you sort of collect, right?
One thing before we go, are you able to change the zoom view for
Uh,
speaker?
your speaker now, so, or me.
Yes.
Um, let's see. Why am I not able to? That's not the one I want. Mute yourself for a second. And let me see if that makes a difference. So that, no, of course not. I don't know why on my end it's showing you big. Is it not, is it doing that on the, let's see, it's doing that on, okay, I think it's okay.
So box under the bed is my understanding it. Oh, yeah, so we're gonna flip back and forth. Oh well, I'm just gonna talk and then I'm gonna shut up and then you can talk. Um, so the concept here is really just kind of like gathering your ephemera mementos and quilt things, like I'm assuming patterns or magazine articles or something, things that you would consider almost like maybe like quilt keepsakes, I guess, or something like that. And you stick it in a box and you put it under your bed.
Yep. I think that's the gist of it. But
Yeah, so
this is really cute. And I don't know, she signed it, so it's Mary Persine. But so she says, again, box under their bed, purchased in 1997, contains patterns, templates, letters, and other quilt miscellaneous items found under my bed in summer 2024. So very cute. Okay. Um, Gosh, there's so much stuff here. I'm gonna just grab a pile and put things out. So I got a lot of, oh gosh, these are pinned together. Okay, so this is a whole bunch of little um, sort of clippings of just the quilt of, quilts or quilt blocks, I guess. These are kind of large. Um, I guess they're 4 blocks of all of these. They're pinned together with a straight pin. Um, a lot of this kind of just looks like things that interested the collector. A random star, because this doesn't look like anything important on the other side. So this must be the star they cut out. 18-inch stamped quilt patch blocks. Hmm. Um, this is WLM Clark Incorporated, 1931. I kind of like, usually these blocks that are numbered like this, I think it's Ladies Art Company does that, don't they? Yeah. Oh, let's see. What is this one? Oh, that's very cute. That's like colored. I guess that's probably from a magazine that's in color. Okay. Oh, here's a letter. So, and this is from Landay Brothers, Miss M. Fitch, 18 Delaware Street, Cooperstown, New York. Cooperstown. Okay, what is this letter? Oh, it's a handwritten letter. New York's leading Victrola stores. This is a letter from a person who is a friend of Miss M. Fitch. um, so what does this say? Um, so this is 1919, November 17th, 1919. My dear May, I am very sorry, and I truly hope you will excuse me for not writing any sooner, as I am very busy lately and work late pretty near every evening. Um, yeah, this is just like a friendly letter. This doesn't appear to be anything quilt related. But nonetheless, it's a nice letter.
yeah, to Dear May.
Yeah. Okay. So May Fitch must have been the person that collected at least some of this stuff, because here's another. And this says, well, I'm assuming it's Miss May because this says 214 J Street, Albany, New York, and it's cut. So I can't quite tell, but it looks like Miss something that starts with an M. Maybe it's the same person, maybe it's not. Okay, this. Oh my goodness. Look at this. It is a paper bag. It is got a pin here. I think I might have to remove the pin, Jill. I hope that's okay. What does this bag say? Radium? I guess this is some type of. Ah, okay. There's a bunch of different templates and they've sketched in the stitching lines. Now I wonder, what did this make? Hmm. Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know.
Very mysterious.
Very mysterious. We'll have to play around with those another time. Because there's a lot of stuff in this box, even though it doesn't look like it. Okay. Uh-oh. Got this all discombobulated. This is always the problem with antique items. They're packed or they're put together in some sort of way, and then you'll never get them back together, right? Put the pin back in. This is exciting. This is like a little treasure hunt. Okay, this next one is a page from Modern Priscilla. I don't see, let's see, is there a date on this one? I don't see a date on this page, but it's Modern Priscilla. And I think Modern Priscilla stopped publication like pretty early in the 20th century. But this is favorite quilt blocks.
That right there, I feel like is worth framing. That one page.
Yeah. Yeah, these are very pretty. They're very pretty blocks. So, okay. And then here is another one. This one is from, I don't see a magazine referenced on this one, but also very pretty. Yellow. I mean, these are very, this one says the little article is quilts for today. Oh, very pretty. I like how they've made like, the little prints. Okay. Quilting Bee Quilts by Oreen or Oreen Johnson. Um, this is September 1934. And I can't tell what magazine or publication that's from. This next one is from A Little Lady's Quilt Book by Cordelia Stanwood. And it looks like they've cut the edges of the not newspaper, the magazine. So I have no idea what magazine or what date. But look at all that. That's pretty cool. A Little Lady's Quilt Book. Now here's something random. A curve. I don't know if that's something somebody used to like actually make a curve or if this is just a random piece of I don't know what.
Every box needs one.
Yeah, it's paper, like it's like a paper board, but I don't it looks like it's been cut or pried off of something and it's almost got like a waxy finish on it. I don't know. Now what is in this bag? Okay. So this bag, a little small bag, it says it's from Wells, which is I'm assuming is a department store based on this picture on the bag. Genesee Street, Utica, New York. We occupy part of the first and all the upper floors. So what is in here? Oh my goodness. Look at all of this. I mean, these are all pattern pieces, I guess. There's some random thread. I don't know what that's attached to, so we'll find out. These have been used many times. What does this say? Make of any print of 6 each. Okay, so this looks like these go together like this. That would be half of the thing. So it would like have a hexagon in the middle. Oh, there's the hexagon. Plain color. So I guess these are supposed to be different prints, and then this would be like a solid. Mrs. Charles B. Fitch. Okay, so Miss May Fitch must have become Mrs. Charles Fitch. Ooh. Is this? Bernard something. Department 102, St. Louis. I don't know, it's just a little bag. Cute little bag. These are just, she just cut out a bunch of these shapes. And here's another little bundle. I guess that's where the string or the thread came from. So this is another little bundle of stuff. And this looks like newspaper stuff because like, I don't know, these look like grocery store ads or something, but I don't know. This would be kind of neat to look at. Oh, look, Crisco. There might be some fun ads in there. Might be able to see like what dates, perhaps. Look at those individually sometime. Okay, so there's that. I'm gonna use this whole box here. Okay. Oh, so maybe May is short for, oh no, I think this is somebody's handwriting is just bad. Yeah. So this is another letter to Miss May Fitch. And this is J Street, Albany. So it is definitely, she lived there in 1919. So let's see what this letter says. Dear May, I am in receipt of your wonderful little letter, and I am very happy to think you still bear me in mind after the way I disappointed you. Oh my. Whoever wrote this is writing from New York City. New York City, September 1919. To tell you the truth, May, it wasn't all my fault, but mostly my friends. Oh. I apologize, May. The reason why I didn't write is because I thought you would not answer me on account of disappointing you over Labor Day. Let's forget all about the past and start our friendship anew. Now, May, if you come down to New York this weekend, I wish you would send me a special delivery letter stating when you will land in New York, and I will meet you or where you're going to stay so I can see and show you around and talk over various things. Hoping to receive a prompt reply, I remain your dear friend, Charles M. Unger. Okay, so wait a minute. I said a little while ago that she became, where did I see that? In here? She became Mrs. What did I just say? Because if she's Miss May Fitch now, she couldn't have married this guy because then she'd be May Unger. So I'm wondering if the other Mrs. Charles Fitch is her mother, perhaps. Maybe.
I guess anything's possible.
Okay. Oh, look at this. This is interesting. So here she's got this little, it's folded over. There's other stuff on this page, but obviously she's going after this tulip, because look what's on the other side, a sample one. And she's got the pattern pieces under there, and then she's got one basted together on top of it. That's very cool. Okay. Oh, here's another curve. This must be from something that she used to make and then make the curve with. These go together. Yep. Maybe it was a circle template. Who knows? Okay, I'm trying to figure out what this is. This is soap. That is soap. This is another piece of it. And I'm
Hey,
wondering if,
every box needs some soap.
well, but this has got like, this has got lines carved through it like you would with beeswax. So I'm wondering if she's using soap as a lubricant instead of beeswax.
Oh.
I don't know what else you would run through there to make that lines like that. I mean, I know you can use soap sometimes to mark things. Um, if it's like a white, like a white cake of soap or, a non-glycerin soap, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay. This says that this is Delaware Street, Cooperstown, New York, Mrs. I don't know. I can't see what it is. Fitch. It definitely says Fitch on there. So this is from the needlecraft department of Laura Wheeler. So that would be, is it Alice? I can't remember the Alice part of it's Laura Wheeler and Alice Brooks. Alice Brooks. So this is a Laura Wheeler design. Friendship basket. Ah, okay. Maybe that's what these, some of those little cutout things are, looked kind of maybe like that. I don't know. Very cool. And so this has got all the instructions, the pattern pieces, and then this little schematic for laying them all out. That's a really, I don't know that I've ever seen a basket like that. I know it's upside down in the camera, but look, have you seen that one before? That doesn't look familiar to me. This is what it ends up looking like.
Um, yeah, I don't know if I've seen that.
Hmm. No, that one's definitely new to me. Okay. Put that back in there. We need a helper who's redoing all of the envelopes and stuff. Okay. Some more what this is. Okay, this is, I don't know what this newspaper clipping is supposed to be about. Got would look like some movies or something on the back of it, which I'm thinking is not what it's about. It's possibly this. And this is a picture of, let's see, Coast Guard ready to stop flow of holiday rum. This is 1927. This photo illustrates how Coast Guards are stopping a leakage of rum destined for holiday merrymakers. Coast Guardsmen are shown unloading scores of 20-gallon cans of alcohol at the Coast Guard station, East Gloucester, Massachusetts. That's an interesting thing to keep. Here's another one. I don't quite know what this is supposed to be. This is State Highway, Wareham, Massachusetts, Cape Cod, and the other side is miles and miles of Saucony, macadam asphalt roads. Like this run through the Adirondacks. What on earth is somebody keeping this stuff for? It's nothing quilty, nothing particularly interesting, but must have been something important to her. Okay, more quilty. So this is from uh this is Modern Priscilla, but it's cut where I can't see a date. Well, it's just a placid old art. A placid old art is quilting. So those are some interesting blocks. That one. Because it's the triangles are like a really wide angle. Okay. There are, looks like some tracings or, oh, no, this might be, Yep, this is a transfer. So is that, I don't know how well that's showing up, but you can see it says at the bottom number 3855 N maybe. Transfer with hot iron, wax side down. So that's this print here. This says green gingham right there. And then these look like, I don't have anything I can put behind this to make it more opaque, I don't think. But these are like diamonds that look like they would be cut apart. And then this looks like a Carolina lily right here. So maybe this is the placement, and then these are the pieces. That seems like what that probably is. It's really interesting to see these because, you see pictures of them, but this stuff doesn't survive a lot, you know, those iron-on things. Here's a little tiny iron-on. I'm guessing maybe that was just printed on the paper or something, because that's what it looks like this is. Okay, this is another iron-on. Oh my goodness. This is Women's World, January 1930. Quilted squares combination. Oh, quilted squares for combination rose quilt. It looks like it's probably been used. Definitely, because I don't know, can you tell how like it's almost oily? Can you tell that?
Oh yeah, you can see that.
Yeah. And I know that they sometimes used like some kind of solvent on these to make them work better. But I could also just be the iron did that. I don't know. Interesting. Okay. Here's another one. 18-inch block. Oh, this one's been kind of cut up. Grandmother Clark's Patchwork Designs and Grandmother Clark's Quilt Books. So this looks like it's printed with like the iron-on stuff too, the way this is printed. But this appears to just be like an informational or an advertisement. I don't know. With this chunk cut out, I feel like that is what's missing that we would might need to know about. Okay. Oh goodness, this is another one. This lady must have really loved the iron-on stuff, the iron-on transfers. This one's a little bit darker. You can probably see better. Is it dark enough? Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
So, pieces, many, many pieces. I don't know what this is. I guess this is probably something about like a floral, like a flowery kind of thing. Each one is different though. Hmm. You can't really tell what the blocks are. Okay. Hold back together. Oh, look at this. A cardboard template of some sort.
Ooh, that's fancy.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty. I would like to trace that myself. Mhm. There's something else from It doesn't say. I'm going to go ahead and guess it's probably Modern Priscilla. Cornucopia.
Oh, and look, there's that pineapple motif that I have that pink and white
Yes,
quilt.
yes, 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 that. Okay, let me grab it and see. It says it's called the pineapple. It is number 28-8-3. Um, from what though? I guess Modern Priscilla or whatever the magazine this is. Hmm, okay. Here's another little stack of things. These are Laura Wheeler, and at least this top one I'm very familiar with. I've seen this a bunch of times. So that's the nosegay. The other ones in here, Full Blown Tulip, Whirling Star. Looks like they're all newspaper. And these are 1933. Yeah, 1933, Ananta, New York. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. It's O-N-E.
That's Oneonta. I only know that
Oneonta.
because I've been there.
Okay, so Oneonta, New York, 1933. I'd have to reorganize this box. Okay, so this, what we have here. Oh, young men and women who are in senior class at the Albany College of Pharmacy. Is there a Fitch or a Charles? I don't. I don't see a Fitch just at first look, at first glance. But there's ladies in here. 1920. There's ladies. Oh, there's something on the back. New facts found in Wilkins' case. Man reports physician and wife quarreled in public. Night of slaying. I'll have to check into that later. Okay, this next one is another letter, special delivery to Miss Marjorie Fitch. So I'm wondering if May is short for Marjorie. This is 1919, Cooperstown. And let's see if this letter is from our friend Charles. Dear Marjorie. Yep, Charles Unger. Your dear old New York friend, Charles Unger. So either she married this man or he was like her the one that got away, maybe. Like, why else would she have kept all these letters, right? Here's another one. This is also, oh, it doesn't, I guess it's 1919. Let's see what the letter says. Yep, June 1919. My dear friend Marjorie. Charles Unger, you rascal. Yep, Charles Unger. Okay. We're gonna have to read these later, Jill. I know we said that we might watch a movie or do something very low key after the stream, but I think we're gonna have to read these letters and find out what was Charles Unger up to. Okay, this is from Women's World, September 1932. Patchwork quilts that are genuinely artistic. So these are pretty. That's pretty. I don't know that I'm really familiar with any of these, but so 4 applique designs with appropriate quilting stitches by Sadie Lesueur. So these don't look familiar to me, but they're pretty. Okay. Oh, here's a new name. Mrs. Homer Butler, St. Petersburg, Florida. And then it also says double wedding ring is written in pencil on it. This is Clearwater, Florida, 1933. Yes, St.
Hey,
Pete.
do you think that could have been maybe like one of those round robin kind of scenarios or where they're like doing the
Maybe.
pattern sharing?
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so it's pinned shut. I'm gonna remove the pin and like something's gonna leap out. Let's see, what is all this? I mean, it says double wedding ring on the outside. Border. Oh boy. Yeah, this is like the the border of the double wedding ring. And I don't want to open this up and mess it up too much, but yeah, this is the pieces and the parts. Yeah, that one has border written on it too. And then this stuff, yeah, these are all the little bits. Silk dresses, $1.88. I mean, that's just a square piece of paper. And then, yeah, here's the center piece of the double wedding ring. It's pretty big. That's pretty big. I'm wondering if this is like the end piece of the ring or the arch, because that's pretty big. Yep, here's yeah, there's the orange peel shape. And then there's one of the pieces that would go around it. Huh. So that's interesting. I wonder if this let's see, Mrs. Homer Butler has any relation to Marjorie Fitch, or if this might have been added to this box, separately. You know what I mean? Because I know sometimes you see kind of conglomerates of things like this, and that they might be a little bit disparate. But I guess the hope is that this bed under the box, that this was all collected by the same person. So yeah. Okay. All right. There's another stack of letters in here. This is Laura Wheeler. Miss Marjorie M.L. Fitch, Cooperstown. So this is the needlework service. You see the Laura Wheeler and the NRA, and that would not be the National Rifle Association, but the National Recovery Act. Let's see, is there a date on this? There's no date on this, but this is Depression era because of the NRA. So this looks like it has never been used. Laura Wheeler, pattern number 504. I wonder if this is, I guess these are applique flowers. And then I don't know if these would be for embroidery. There's nothing else in the envelope. So, I sometimes when, they tell you in the paper or whatever, you send 35 cents or send 10 cents and 3 stamps or whatever. I always kind of picture like getting something fabulous, but I wonder maybe that's all you got for 10 cents and 2 stamps or whatever it is. Okay. Okay, this one is Miss Marjorie Fitch. I can't quite tell the date. 1920, I think. It was Schenectady, New York. General Electric Company has been crossed out. Let's see. Let's see. Do you think it could be Charles? No, this is somebody else's handwriting, I think. This is somebody named Lou or Lev. L or Lee, Lee maybe. Oh, this is another apology. Look at this. This is interesting. It just says dear. Am I holding that the right way? It just says dear. Dear, I'm so sorry about Sunday. Marge. It just couldn't be helped. I expected up to Saturday noon to go home, and as a matter of fact, had started when some something said we were going to something, and he didn't know how long or late. Okay. Couldn't be helped, could it? Well, there seems May Fitch seems to be involved with a lot of men who apologize.
Yeah, like why do these men keep wronging our dear May?
Oh, okay. Miss Marjorie Fitch, The Hotel Savarine, Detroit, Michigan, 1932. I wonder who she knows there, who is traveling to Detroit. Oh my goodness, I can't even begin to read this. Dear Marge, arrived all okay yesterday, has not been possible to get something. This will require some, yeah, this is going to require some more. It's written in pencil. It's bad handwriting. Oh, okay. But it's interesting because, I mean, this is like we're looking at so 1919. Oh, now I see something from 1917. And then, as late as 1930 something, they've got Miss Marjorie Fitch. I wonder if she ever married. Because now I'm thinking this one is from Oneonta, right? Oneonta. Yeah, okay. This is 1917. There's no return address. Oh, this is from Clyde. Hmm. Oh, giving my best regards to Blanche. I wonder who Blanche is, her sister, perhaps. Oh my goodness, dear Marjorie, the skating, I suppose, is now spoiled for at least some time. I have been thinking quite seriously of coming up in 2 weeks' time. But if the skating isn't any good, I'll wait until it gets good again. Okay. Something tells me Miss Marjorie Fitch had a lot of suitors. She was busy making quilts. Oh, 1918. This is from, oh my gosh, R. Offeranshaw, Ogdensburg, care of Chautauqua. So this is like crazy handwriting too, but this is how it starts. My dear little honey bunch. Just a line hoping to find you in the very best of health. Mhm. So his name starts with an R, I guess. And he is not Clyde or Charles or Lee. Okay, here's a 1920. This is from Charlie, your friend Charlie. And this is from, let's see, this is no, Anderson and Company, Brooklyn. So I'm guessing this guy must have had something to do with musical instruments or pianos, because that's what this appears to be, player pianos. It's amazing to me, Jill, I don't know how often you see this, but when I look at like old stuff like this, it's amazing how many people would write on their, oh no, this is Charles Unger. This one is Charles Unger, 1920. Um, and Dr. Dunton did this. They write on, they write personal letters on their work stationery. I mean, we couldn't get away with that now. Oh my gosh, look at this. Okay, 1919. This is a playbill for the facet players in Daddy Longlegs, a play in 4 acts. Um, and then says sixth successful week commencing Monday, May 26th, Broadway and Buttermilk. Daddy Longlegs.
I don't know that that's a play I would want to go see.
I know. Okay. So this was May 1919. This is some sort of, so I don't know if she cut this out for this picture of these gentlemen, or if she cut it out for probably. But there also is this interesting thing on the other side, like looks like a scene from The King and I. But I suspect it's this picture of these gentlemen with the. And I wonder, could one of them be Charles Unger because he is working for a company that has player pianos, and this appears to be something related to drums and bugles? Who knows? Okay, let's look at some quilty stuff. This says fan quilt, and it's just two pattern pieces. But one thing I've noticed about all these pattern pieces, they're well used. If you can see all the holes in them, I mean, these definitely have been very well used. Um, there's another random little pattern piece. These are just sort of random, look like candy wrappers or gum wrappers. I don't know what, but they have pin marks, and at least one of them has pin marks in it. Or maybe they're needle. Sometimes I know needles are packaged on some silvery foil or reflective foil. Here's a little card that says greetings. There is nothing inside of it. Here are a bunch of very, very well used diamonds. This one looks like there's just some math done on it. So some other pattern pieces. I think this is a good example of like really how women were making patterns, I mean, this is the paper that they had access to, ready, disposable access to newspapers, right? Like this would be their scrap paper.
This is the cereal box templates of the time.
Yeah, I guess. Well, and yeah, and I mean, some of this stuff like this is something that's like clearly a template. It's some kind of cardboard. Um, but yeah, I guess like brown paper. This is like a brown paper from a brown paper bag or something. Like this is what they had access to. You didn't have like, easy access to cardstock and printer paper and all that kind of stuff. This is another double wedding ring situation, and it says use two plain colors, one color on one block and a different one on the other, and then they're joined, it will be something like this. And then what does this say? Some artist. So can you see that? It will look something like this. That's the something like this that,
Wow, they really overdid themselves describing that, huh?
yeah. But look at this. This is that blueprint paper that early 20th century, you did not have stuff printed necessarily like, um, the easy way we have things printed now. And that was a way that they reproduced stuff. So this looks like some type of children's thing. This says the three bears go visiting, color with crayons. It's some kind of little, but it's it's a heavier cardboard. Okay. What's in a name? Oh, this is cute. Okay. Facts about your name. It's for Marjorie. What's in a name? Facts about your name, its history, its meaning, when it was derived, its significance, your lucky day, and lucky jewel by Mildred Marshall. The name Marjorie. I won't read the whole thing, but the lucky number. Um, Monday is your lucky day if your name is Marjorie. 2 is your lucky number. The daisy is your flower. Your talismanic jewel is the pearl. So that's pretty awesome, Marjorie's. Marjorie's. All of the Marjories out there. She loved diamonds. There's another random kite shape. Okay. Okay, we got a stack of letters. I'll save the letters for because it appears letters don't have a lot to do with quilting. Here's an interesting. I wonder what she might have used that for. I feel like these notches have some purpose. They're purposefully cut into this piece of card. Any thoughts?
I got nothing.
Well, maybe somebody out there will know. Okay, this piece of paper is in very, very bad shape, but this is interesting. It says great fortune teller, 1 cent. So apparently this is some kind of little novelty thing. It's not in great condition. And so there's all of these numbers. I don't know what you do with this, but see, the ladies are to guess the odd numbers, gentlemen the even. And then it says brain exercisers. I'm assuming that these are riddles. Yes, they are riddles. Why is life like the riddle of riddles? But because we must give it up. Wah, wah. Okay, let me get that one back together. You often wonder, like, why do people save the things they save? Okay, here's another bag. What could be in it? A bunch of little pieces of paper cut up. Okay, this looks like another double wedding ring, maybe. No, nope, nope, nope. It's not a double wedding ring. Okay, so apparently there's this orange peel shape. And then there's this, like, I don't know, what do you make of that? It's like this is all pinned together, so I don't want to take it apart, but see, it's like like a three-legged something. And I'm assuming, yeah, these fit in there like that. Huh, I wonder what that looked like. Yep, there's another. Okay, so it's the three orange peel shapes and then okay. Oh man, there's a lot of letters in here. I think her love letters might be worth more than. Okay, this is interesting. So a pattern from the West, 8 inches, square on square. That's from a newspaper. And there's a little Christmas label stuck to it. I can't tell what newspaper it is. It's not cut. Okay. Here's another little bag. And this one says flower basket quilt pattern. I'm not going to take this all apart, but there's a lot of different little pieces in here. And also this looks like another one of just like that other one. It says the gingham and has the little tiny. This looks like identical to that other one. So I wonder if, like, again, that, people trading and passing stuff around. She ended up with multiples of the same thing.
Well, that could definitely explain why she has multiple wedding ring quilts.
Well, yeah, she's got how many boyfriends going on here? Oh, that was an envelope that got sent. There's some random cellophane. Here is tissue paper. Okay, and here are, I think these are quilting patterns. So this is, it says to Miss Marjorie Fitch, Saturday. They're like sort of leafy things. There's some feathers and sort of leafy thing. Here's another one. This looks pretty well worn. She's used that a lot. And look, this is interesting. If you can see this, let's see, make sure it's centered. Okay, so here is a flower and a flower, and then these interlocking rings and with two dots, and then the same thing on that end. Oh, what do you make of that? I don't know that I've ever seen.
I think I've seen some quilting motifs. They're usually like just as it's laid out there, where it would be like in the corner of a block when you'd have that wreath in the middle.
Mhm. Oh, and then here is, so this, which is, it looks like it's commercial because it's iron on, and then here it looks like she traced it. Okay, here's another another diamond. And then this is some tissue paper that she has drawn and traced stuff on. So let's see if this is a newspaper. It says, or I mean, it's written in pencil. Um, something star. I cannot read. Eccentric star. Does that? It's like it's not showing up very well. I guess she was using every little scrap of paper. Okay, and then we have this little box. It says quilting patterns. And this first thing is, I can't tell the magazine, but
We ended up with a box in a box.
indeed. I can't, yeah, but there's like a whole bunch of different quilt patterns here. And then, oh, here's stuff on wax paper. And then there's all these circles that she's got stuff written on. Um, so this says, it is, oh gosh, I can't see. It is something, and as well as, oh gosh, I cannot read this handwriting. Okay, I can't read that, but this other one, that's interesting with this committee, federal power, sovereignties, I don't know. But on the back side, it says 25 words. I use Crisco and only Crisco for cakes and pies and fried food because blank. Must be a contest. Think. Okay, it is the most nourishing and digestible as well as economic shortening to be bought. So that's what this said.
Nourishing, okay.
Crisco, so nourishing. So there's that. And then you've got all of these other circles. I'm wondering if you could piece all of these together and figure out what they said, what that paper was. Okay, so these look like they might be something floral because then here's these pieces. They appear to be like stem or like leaves or something. And then here's this. Yeah, they look like petals or leaves. There's a lot in here. It looks like a lot of the same. Man, this lady loved the diamonds. Looks like a lot of the same shapes in here. Another diamond. Here's a little scrap of some bizarre fabric, like silky, sort of nylon-y stuff. I think that's about it in there. It's just more of the same. But the Crisco thing is interesting, I guess. That had to have been some kind of contest. And then she, it's so nourishing. Oh gosh, let me get these back in here. So it looks like, yeah, these are all of the main pieces. And I'm thinking it is it one of these? don't see any one of these things that seems to match these pieces. So I'm going to say no. I don't know what these pieces make. Well, this was interesting and disparate. Okay, so that's all of the quilt stuff. What we are left with are a lot of letters. So why don't I switch my camera back over and let's look at some letters. All right, Zoom any day now. Yay, I'm back.
You are. Now you just have to switch the view again.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I couldn't get the cameras to work at the same time. So, all right, 1920, Brooklyn. I should probably put these in order. Charles Unger. Look at here at the bottom. It says, answer right away. Unger appears to be quite, yeah.
He's the persistent fellow.
Yeah, he's the persistent one. Yeah. I wonder what her middle name, because it's Miss Marjorie M.L. Fitch. I wonder what the M and the L in the middle are for.
Like a Mary Louise.
Maybe. But yeah, it appears that, I mean, it just within a few years, she's between Albany and, trying to see. I mean, it's within the same years that she's in between Albany and Cooperstown. 1919, she's in Albany. 1920, Cooperstown. Yeah, so it must be between 1919 and 1920. Now here's a 1919 Cooperstown. Miss Blanche Fitch. I wonder if this is her sister. That one doesn't have anything in it. Okay, let's see what this is. Oh, it's just a little card, a little postcard. I don't think this is Charles. This says Towners, Towners, New York. Towners, Dear Marge, for heaven's sake, where are you and what are you doing? I finished teaching July 31st and am now at my sister's. Next week, we'll go to New York, but if possible, we'll get a position in Albany again, in all probability. Have a big case on there, maybe the reason. Once in a great while, I see Bill Deegan. Saw Arthur on Broadway one evening. Spent winter in Detroit early in the summer. I wonder if that was that one that was from Detroit. In the summer, Layla stopped in at school on her way to New York after vacation. Something at home. Last week saw somebody. Do right. I'll do better than this card. Lovingly, JH. Well, at the very least, she had lots of friends, I guess, that were writing. I mean, I know
Well,
at this time
when you were mentioning Charles before, Tish said he's smitten.
Okay, this I'm guessing is Charles. Got to be Charles because this is the Republic Player Roll Corporation in New York, West 51st Street, which player pianos. I mean, yep, your dear old New York friend. Now this one's typed. My dear Marjorie, I am in receipt of your letter and also one from Morris. And I mean to tell you, I sure was glad to hear from the both of you in one day. My photograph came out very good, but my cousin took it. But don't you worry, you'll get yours by your next letter positively. I don't think you send pictures to just anybody. I
Mm.
read in last night's paper about a large fire in Albany, which burnt down Keeler's Hotel, which, if I remember right, I have passed while staying up in Albany. It is very warm in New York this noon and lots of work ahead of me. I wish I was in your shoes, enjoying yourself all the time. You know, Marjorie, you don't have a job. I wish I was you. Um, I hope you have a pleasant time when you go home over the 4th of July. Talk about feeling tired. I can't hold my head up and my eyes open. A friend of mine bought a new machine and we try it out every evening until sometime in the morning. What kind of machine?
Yeah,
This is this
that's
is
interesting.
1919. I'm sorry to hear that Emily failed her exams, but better luck next time. Poor Emily. A couple of friends of mine and myself rented a large room down at Coney Island and talk about fun. We stayed there. This man has used the wrong version of there. He used the THIER or THEIR. We stayed there for the weekends. The swimming is very good here. The boys have 2 ukuleles, and I have a soprano saxophone and talk about jazz. That was 4 Z's. Having no more to write and hoping you are enjoying the best of health, I remain your dear old New York friend, Charles M. Unger. I wonder what happened to Charles. You know what? I'm going to have to like genealogy these people because I want to know what happened to Charles and Marjorie. All right, I'm pretty sure this is Charles. This looks like his handwriting. My dear friend Marjorie. This is 1919. Yep, Charles Unger. Best regards to all at 214, meaning 214 J Street, Albany, New York. Okay, Miss Marge Fitch. I think all of these, when I was thinking it was May, I think they're saying they're Marge. It's Marj, but it looks like May. You see what I mean?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's just the little period at the top of the J.
Mm-hmm.
If it didn't have that, it looks like it says May. So yeah, I think it's Marge. Um, oh, this is lots of papers. Uh, it looks like 2 different letters in here. So the first one is Brooklyn, Charles. And the second one is Rensselaer, New York. Uh, this is your loving friend Ed. So this one, I guess, is in the wrong envelope. This Brooklyn one is Charles. This other one,
Scandalous.
yeah. So okay, so this Brooklyn one is 1919, November 1919, Charles. Um, Ed, this is June 8th, 1920. This is a this is quite a letter.
Oh my.
Dearest Marjorie, I just received your letter. So she's writing. Have called Jack on the phone and everything will be fine and dandy for a trip down to the town after the exams. So they must be in school. They must be in college. Um, your loving friend, Ed. What did you think of the pictures? I'm gonna have to read these in detail.
What kind of pictures?
hmm Okay, this one, this there had to have been a stamp collector
Hmm.
because all of the stamps are cut out. Like I find that a lot when I look at old stuff. I think all of Dr. Dutton's letters, a lot of if any of the envelopes he had saved, like the stamps were cut off. Sorry, this is care of Republic Player Roll Corporation. So this is Charles. So this one, let's see what the date is. June 3rd, 1919. Yep. Oh, I'll go ahead and read this one now. It's short. My dear friend Marjorie, just a few kind words to let you know that I arrived safe in dear old New York after an unpleasant trip, which was due, this man cannot spell, not DUE, he spelled it DO, which was due to the fact that the train made every stop from Albany to New York. I went right to business, and you can take it from me, I did work. I am very sorry I did not meet you the first day I put foot in Albany, as I enjoyed myself the best when I was in your company Sunday evening. How did Emily, how did Emily and you, of course, make out with your exams? So Emily must be her friend. I am thinking about you all of the time, although I have lots of friends in New York and Brooklyn, but you seem to stand out amongst them all. How are you, Emily, and your other friend feeling? Tell them all I send my best wishes. I have nothing more to write at present and hoping to receive a long and nice letter by return mail. Return mail. I remain your everlasting friend. Everlasting friend. Charles M. Unger. P.S. Please send me a photograph of yourself so I can think more of you. Address mail as follows. Oh, Charles, you rascal.
How many more you got left? I'm starting to get peckish here.
Okay, just three more. Just three more. Okay, this one looks like it's a card. Christmas greetings and best wishes for the coming year. Blanche and George. This is a kind of strange looking card.
Yeah.
That's it. Wonder who Blanche and George were. And it's kind of rude how they just scrawl their name on the back of it. Okay.
Hi, Robin.
Okay. This one. May 14th, 1920. This is your dear friend, Charles Unger. Charles.
I can only wonder. Really makes me wonder, like, man, what did she write to him?
I know. I'm really curious to know if they got married or, All right, this one is coming from Schenectady. 19, this might be 1920. I can't tell from this postmark. Let's see. Yep. February 1920. This is another deer. Who was that guy? That was Lee. I think it's Lee. So, yeah. I mean, we just write deer. Right, just to my, deer. And then this is his signature. Does that look like Lee to you? Yeah. Pictures didn't come out very well. Haven't you one I could have?
We've got some suitors.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if Charles prevailed.
You're gonna have to genealogy it up.
I am definitely going to genealogy this stuff because I need to know. I'm going to get out the notebook and write down the details when we get off here. Well, that was fun. Okay, so it wasn't as much quilty stuff, but it was definitely some interesting things. And I mean, with these details, perhaps we can find out what happened to her.
Or even maybe potentially find quilts she made if she signed anything.
Maybe, yeah. But it's interesting, like this stuff in here, it jumped, like there was one thing from 1917 and then 1919 and 1920. There's a lot. And then a lot of the quilty stuff is from the 1930s. So it's like there's a big chunk in there that has skipped. And I'm wondering, she just maybe combined all this stuff into this box of things she wanted to save.
Potentially, yeah. But I like that there's some letters in there too, because it's instead of it just being quilting stuff, it gives you like a little glimpse into.
Yeah, it does give some. Yeah, it does give some context. And I mean, with the letters, we now have two different addresses that she lived, and I'm wondering if it was a school situation. Is there a university or college in Cooperstown?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up. Because I don't know, Delaware Avenue. I mean, we have full street addresses. So, I mean, I think we could probably find out a lot about her and who Emily was. And I'm guessing Blanche has got to be her sister. This is very cool. I love stuff like that.
It was exciting to find. I mean, God, it's been sitting since the beginning of September.
Yeah, so a month and a half.
Waiting to be looked at.
Yeah, this is exciting. Well, we got to get back to some pizza.
Yeah.
We had a little nibble. We ordered it early before the stream just to make sure that they didn't close and wouldn't deliver. But yeah, it's just time for us for some more pizza. Yeah, we've got a lot coming up. I should be doing my stream tomorrow. I will be leaving here and I have about a 2 hour drive home, but I should be back in plenty of time. So I'll kind of be doing business as usual tomorrow. I have something coming in the mail and I won't spoil the surprise, but I will be doing an unboxing of some things, not like this, but more of sewing implement kind of stuff. Um, yeah. So, and as we said at the top, we have got a lot of stuff that we have observed and taken pictures of and
Mhm,
talked about. And
mhm.
yeah,
Yep. So watch out for more announcements of shenanigans, and there's lots of exhibits we still have to show everybody, and oh, there's things to do. There are things to do.
so, well, from the murder house in was it Glenmore, Pennsylvania,
Hmm.
and my new pets, we say goodbye until tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.